This is Mr. Wintermelon, and this is probably going to be the worst video on lock and key hypothesis that you will watch on the internet. So what is this lock and key hypothesis that you might have heard? So here I have a lock and here I have a key, and this theory or this hypothesis is supposed to explain that the enzyme is specific. So what does it say? The lock here is an analogy for the enzyme. The keyhole down here is the active site, while the key is the substrate. So I have a few keys, small key, and a bigger key. So a bigger key cannot fit into the keyhole. So small key, while it can fit into the keyhole, but no reaction takes place. While the actual key, or the correct substrate, is complementary to the keyhole. Complementary to keyhole, or the active site of the enzyme, and therefore reaction can take place. But what is the problem with this is, you see, enzyme is supposed to be unchanged after the reaction. But here you have the enzyme changing. So it's actually a very lousy hypothesis, and I think it can be improved. So what Mr. Wintermelon have down here is a melon seed cracker. So what you can do is you can ask the student to try to break it with their own hand. So if you try to break the melon seed with your hand, I mean you can, but it's not going to be that easy. Why? Because you do not have enough or sufficient activation energy. So what you need is a enzyme. The groove down here is the active site of the enzyme. Then you place it in the correct orientation and you can crack it. So this can help to show the working of enzyme, that the enzyme can help to lower activation energy. You can ask them to crack another one. And the substrate has been broken down, or cracked open in this case, while the enzyme remains unchanged after the reaction. And this can also be used to show that the enzyme is specific. So for example, I have some big white melon seed down here. Does it fit into the active site? Does it fit into the active site? No, it doesn't. So the enzyme or the melon seed cracker is specific. It's used to crack this black seed. Wow. If you put something else down here, it doesn't crack. So things can fit in, but it might not crack because the enzyme or the melon seed cracker is specific. So hopefully from this video you can see that actually this melon seed cracker is better than the lock and key hypothesis, which I think should be phased out. However, I must point out some limitation of this analogy. For example, what I have demonstrated is that enzyme is used to break down substrate. However, as all of us know, enzyme is also involved in anabolic reaction, whereby it joins two substrate together. So do point out this, do be aware of the limitation of this demonstration, but I'm sure that it's a lot better than lock and key hypothesis. Let's call it the Wintermelon seed cracker hypothesis.